come through from the Rays, but I do also think there was a lot of hiccups in regards to site entries, right? The Rays maybe wasn't the best duelist to do the job, and there is that extra assurance with those stunts that Dodonut can provide, as well as, I mean, just having this general composition. I'm really excited to see how SRG bring about this newer duelist edition.
Yeah, SRG are going back to what worked in the Swiss stage when they took down Puppy Thieves the last time. That game, Dodonut was top fragging on the Neon. We'll see if it continues. It is do or die now for the Puppy Thieves, trailing 0-1. Ruben Zobi here to take you through the action.
We are ready to get into map 2, and it's going to be a good one. We do see that Neon change, right, coming in for Dodonut, and it's like you either die the hero or live long enough to become a Neon again. So we go from the Rays to the Neon. Is it going to work? Is it not going to work? We'll have to see. Absolutely.
And they basically just got burned by the fire, and I said, let's embrace the flame this time around. Right? You look at Marceline Khaleesi, who bodied them on the Neon, perhaps, in their upper bracket matchup on Split. And I think that's enough motivation to see the viability of it still in the current meta. So I'll pick it up here. Again, a great way to answer back now that you're back to Splits. And my only concern, I think, from the Neon pickup is it's not going to be as easily to navigate Terror's stage walls. And that's something I noticed from the last time they played Sage on this map. They planned so intentionally on this attack around the Sage walls. And despite them being with the Sage composition, they were actually attack-sided in that Catface matchup versus this composition was defense-sided for SRG. So this is the half to make a difference, to make an impact, and bounce back mentally after a one-sided breeze. Let's see if WOOF can, in fact, have some bite behind their bark.
All right, eyes on Puppy Thieves now as they move over towards A. Paranoia goes through. The protocol is online, and Lydia still just in the backstep, able to get a fadeaway kill as she is dropped by Terror, and the space doesn't feel comfortable. They do not like the result here fully, so it's going to be a back off by WOOF, and they have taken quite a bit of damage, now being healed up.
Yeah, huge heal coming through.
Refresh.
A huge position from Nora. 200 expect the time in the Ricard Classic. Clicks are good though, and so is the support from Vent. Dodonut, Noya come through as Phantoms, Ghosts to haunt these teams. And yeah, SRG, another pistol win. Have not really dropped one too heftily.
Yeah.
So far, so good, but and the next round buy-up comes through. Again, the Outlaws characteristic is strong defense for SRG. It's like, woof, that was your round to win, right? SRG gave them the win condition they usually look for, which is that opening engagement. They just couldn't punish Lydia and accelerate fast enough behind it.
Yeah. Now waiting, actually going to back up the Outlaw in mid to start off, feeling there could be a bit more action there still. And looks like they will call it. If the SRG plays with the patience of Breeze, they should be able to get one. No, Puppy Thieves is going to pull out a kill of their own, but traded two back by Dodonut. Why not? Clear on Vents. And now a choice to see which site they got to go to. Still got to lurk over there by St. Claus, but it looks like the committal will be towards B eventually. Yes,
that's a huge kill. Yeah, that might be spike plan if Dodonut didn't have the timing. Sights down on main. They know Terror is probably on the way after that orb gets collected, and they're looking towards another hero player to step up. And St. Claus would have been that player through Heaven, but only a classic to her name. Likely won't fare too well up against the male Spectres, so yeah, running out of chances, I think, to get the spike solidified here with 45 seconds left to go.
Lexus looking to get on the board here. That another up point. It's like Sarah and Alexis are like, where? We want to be in the game too, you guys. Everybody else is like halfway to their ult on SRG.
They have wall still. Wait a minute.
Kills and going through. St. Claus on the right side, trying to put that up and down. Hopefully tricking somebody.
There's a lot to work with actually here, surprisingly. You know, maybe orb the cross, again, wall the cross. You just need to break the outlaw line of sight here to get out, or there's not going to be a plant. And yeah, that's not the one thing you shouldn't have done is contact into Dodonut, who gets the ace of follow-up from the ghost. It was so spread out and natural that you almost missed the impact that she had that round. It's an eco, but it's still going to be a 7-0 on the scoreboard nonetheless.
That's gross. One away from the overdrive already. The mid coverage here was so good in the first round when they were jumping around with classics and getting each other in ghosts, and then they still have a bit of backup here for one going down into Dodonut, then collecting the ace towards B. Great hold around the map, kind of understanding where the players would be coming out of, and giving a bit more advantage to the chance for that ace to happen. Now online and confident. SRG moving to the bonus round.
Miara, that flash is a little shallow, but St. Claus' performance, in fact, is not. She reads in through the hefty fight on the eco route, and this is usually where you see WOOF speed up a lot off of that aggro play on the other side of the map, but that's where the snake bite comes in clutch for a delay. And suddenly, any hopes that you have been dashed, and you still, even though you broke the stage wall being made, are gonna have to re-clear that a little bit later. So it's kind of a minute mark, and we're back to square one.
They know it's going to be towards B at least. They've pushed in sewers, good kills by Puppy Thieves, but they have to move here. They cannot have this stall out moment again. The timing's going to be good as Dodo actually tries to create a few battlefields to fight on different fronts, but Puppy Thieves have control of mid, and they squeeze that bonus away from SRG.
Yeah, that looked like it was about to be disastrous, right? A little collapse from Noya, the follow-up pressure to try and allow Dodo out of that wall space, but yeah, Puppy Thieves, that was a round you could not lose after, again, the opener. The right call was there to go for the aggro fight. I talked about those stage walls. They're usually on point on these execs, and I mean, they just hold their ground and pivot, and that's where I do think SRG, again, you can criticize it. It was a bonus, so they're gonna do silly things. In the actual buy rounds, we cannot see them playing too aggro, swinging too much into Puppy Thieves, because that's exactly what they wait for with these perpetual mid starts, with these hefty outlier players like Scary Shark Nora and St. Claus, who can win their 1vx engagements.
Straight through that smoke fall. Yeah. A nice shot down the hotline of mid, making sure that res has to be used, so that's good still for WOOF for Puppy Thieves. And I think they got good information that the backpedal from Sarah did have the Odin out, so they maybe identified that that was heaven. I don't know how much that will help. It still looks like it's going to rain down on them here as they choose the strong-sided side of SRG with everyone anchored up.
It's not going to go well. They're hard anchored up because they have that wall in mail. They can disregard Beheaven in full focus, shutting down this entry. Relabeled aligns. Sarah shot with the Odin aligns. The wall feels like an afterthought and the damage is already done. You have to pivot and you really have no other way to go. 40 seconds left, low HP at this point. You've got to just wait it out, get the regrowth up, and see what St. Claus can now do as the primary entry.
Another flash, able to drop one here. Big shots as it goes to 1v1, but Lydia is still there. And SRG is always the one, it feels like, looking at the situation that's happening and able to react accordingly here as WOOF tries to push into the site. 3-1 now as we get the replay on that round. Yeah, they did kind of see the Odin, but it did not help further in the round. I mean, you can't do much about it. They tried to flash it out.
Yeah, and I mean, Nora, the master of trades in that round, but unfortunately cannot get the final one, the tipping point up against Lydia. So coming to the next again. Broken by 4 Puppy Thieves. SRG, much like Breeze, start to pull ahead, and Viper's Fit is just a further band-aid to set Noya up on the shotgun to shut down the alert play, shut down any backdoors. And I will say, this round, at least Puppy Thieves, I think this was the stronger side. The chances to get on the space there, but again, the refrags feel delayed, and even then, look at this. Dodo patches the hole and then widens it on her own in favor of SRG.
Crazy. You see Lydia too teleporting out, and Dodo's not like, I'm still gonna go in. I'm sliding. I'm walling. Let's go. It doesn't have to be online for both of them. They know they're still covering each other in these fights. Feel so confident. I'm thinking of what Puppy Thieves can really do here once they get into that next round. I might be seeing a timeout as ults start to come online, but they've got to waste some time or util here from SRG, because it is just so much that they are confronted with every time they try to.
Yeah, I mean, I've not been disappointed by the Neon inclusion in any way. It's definitely more the attack side where we have some concerns again of how to navigate terror and the Neon, the stage walls, but again, that's a minuscule thought with what we're seeing. The comfortability on the sniper rifle allows her to get away with more effectively than satchels, and these re-engagements and rotate timings that are facilitated by the high gear and the slides have just been criminal. And you can see how it's now become, honestly, what has strengthened their defense tenfold, which was already their stronger half. So, again, I'm curious what the side swap's going to offer, but it's not going to matter if you sweep through this half anyways. Then we don't have to see too much of that attack. And, yeah, and a reminder, SRG, they were wrestling, attempting a 9-3 comeback up against Ghosts on via this defense. So they know what it means, have wherewithal to have that bounce back. And not even to that point just yet on the Puppy Thieves side.
Both teams really using this refresh of health effectively throughout the rounds. And I think actually that's one of the things that could help Wolf here, is if they kind of find those ways where the damage is going to stick. And a quick flash around the corner. Doesn't catch too much as they are set up to stop towards B. Like 3-2, or sorry, 2-2 split across the mid here, but it doesn't seem like they want to commit just yet. Focus on A.
Ooh, and looking for these extremity players. And now that St. Claus has found the opener A side.
Yeah.
Seeker's going to confirm if that is the right pivot call. And this refight from SRG, Scary Shark should be calling, and they should be running for the hills, but they double back off of it, seeing the exit now towards Alley, and they have slipped the net. This is a humongous call for Puppy Thieves.
They got to go. They have to be confident that it's the right call, though. This is what's plaguing them. They're setting up another protocol after they just played the big macro strat. You can't blame them for it, right? Being it fundamental, they would have get the site, and they're going to get it anyways here. But time does seem to plague them a bit. SRG is going to have that once the spike goes down as they reset for the retake.
I mean, you could have had a paranoia, paint shell, a deeper wall,
Exactly.
so many things in that post that no longer work for them. But one thing working for them is the St. Claus timing, and Zoriental on the forward line, so it's going to be delay, and maybe even tag team off of Nora's position. It looks like a strong setup in theory, but what is the practice?
Nobody does a quick look around here. They can't get a sentry look on it. Noya just misses on that angle as Dodonut answers one. Still trying to drop into the site. They're low, and St. Claus has the upper angle, and they're going to be able to get this round very nicely played across the map here to draw it out a little bit more by Puppy Thieves.
Doubt it all we want, but if it gets converted, it gets converted, right? And that's exactly what Puppy Thieves are able to do after identifying the brilliant gap off of those Seekers as well. So really, really well done in that regard over to Puppy Thieves. And again, this is what we want, is that forward line of defense. Zoriental in the hot seat in those late round post positions. And I will say, Zoriental is already, in my mind, on this map, a defensive duelist, right? She likes to play aggro, play unexpected around terrorist walls, either getting up and over them, or when they get broken, refilling the gaps. And so if any kill she gets in this half, impact of the showstopper, these late round multi-kills, then that's already going to be a cherry on top if you can keep things close and competitive. The buy has stabilized the ults, about equivalent, and this is that moment where you ask Puppy Thieves to step up, and another First Blood has lent them that opportunity to do so. Again, Rivington, this is where Breeze diverged.
Yeah, St. Claus on the extremity there is starting to cause SRG to shake a bit on these defensive positions, which is giving the rest of Puppy Thieves the openings they need. Really making SRG scramble inside B right now. Overdrive is forced into the hands of Dodo Nut. Oh, they both swing ready for that left side. And they knew the members of SRG were, but Noya was still playing secretly towards spawn here, and they're able to whittle down this advantage that Wolf had.
One enemy remaining.
Oh yeah, finds one, places all the pressure upon Aura, Scary Shark, and they give her the ones. Alexis has been winning said ones, right? Was highlighted by the desk for that prowess. Anchoring tight positions over on Breeze, and you mentioned again, needing this sustainability, this consistency core to get struck for Puppy Thieves, and they never have been able to do so, even after Reyes Rocket finds it open, even after they get that B Heaven space. It's just all the pieces didn't come together to form that clear final picture, and now the ults have been expended. Now SRG have money back, and they weren't able to escape that cycle that would have been, hey, maybe a 4-4 on the half instead of SRG trooping on towards probably an advantage at the half.
I think we almost need a refresh here. The conditioning, even if Wolf hasn't wanted to, has been to be, right? So that flex for SRG has to almost be a priority there. So these A kills from St. Claus, I feel like, can be pressured. We haven't really seen the plant towards A, really the setup on A for them. So maybe that's a little refresher they can use coming into this back half of the first half to get some rounds.
And I feel like there's something I actually noted and praised them for in the Catface game was Puppy Thieves off of St. Claus kills, which this round unfortunately won't be a factor. We're so fast, we're so confident, and here there's that second guessing, there's not them locking in on the win cons, and this was your map pick, and I already questioned. I thought SRG was going to pick Split, I'm not going to lie, for this series, and we're starting to see why that was the thought process here. Sarah, on the God angle, ready?
One. Oh, and the flashes are there just to follow up around it. Even if it went awry, they still have Seekers for, right? There's so many safety nets here that SRG has during these eco rounds. And they're still pushing forward confidently, knowing they have the money, they have the guns, and a triple kill for Sarah there as the res comes back online. The reset squad's ult and everything for SRG is very confidently ready to go right now.
And I love how you can always tell when silly SRG gets to the party as well, right? The flash, the run out there, right? Like, they're still thorough in their util investment, but you can see the confidence in how they take these final engagements, how they cap off the rounds and the halves that they already pretty much have locked up. Effective. 15 code combination that it feels like Puppy Thieves won't be able to crack. And I liked the damage control there from Terror Attempted, but again, it feels like so much of this util are afterthoughts. So where this timeout definitely needed to come through for Puppy Thieves. Again, this is another opportunity for them to try and close up this gap. Again, it was missed out on already at the 4-2. It was missed out on similarly at those key moments over on Breeze. And again, I mean, this was supposed to be the stronger half for them. Again, they struggled, it felt like, once the side swap occurred. So I can't even be like, oh, if you suffer through this, things will get brighter, right? It's like, maybe you can accredit, hey, SRG struggled a lot, again, down 3-9 when they were on the attack. But again, coping on the downfall of your enemies is not a good way to lock into victory.
It feels like Puppy Thieves are kind of playing according to SRG's game, right? We've seen these mid smokes, and they know Noya will spam from vent, and they'll kind of just spam back instead of, you know, follow up, dumping the nade in there, dumping another flash in there, and aggressively taking that mid space. Now we get towards A, though. It looks like they do want to get up towards that ramp. We've seen this area somewhat be cleared. It hit with a flash very hard the first time. Alexis is going to look to give him the same medicine here on the second time around. And they're stalled on that ramp side for now.
Not for long. They're off.
They want the space.
Boombot, off the guiding lights, and just like that, they are pushing on forward. Alexis taken down. Still not sure the crossfire is past the top of the screen, so without finding Noya and with the site anchor on site, I'm still not sure if they'll be able to get out onto the site just yet, Rivington. And now with Sarah on deep mid space, they're basically trapped.
This is a teamwork makes the dream work round. It's kind of the all numbers behind the flash. Everybody's got to go through. Do not let a gap form between the players, and they're going to be behind each other for the anchor kills here. That's the important part. Terra stays alive. The rest of them, they get the res, too, to come back on. St. Claus takes down Sarah, and that was WOOF playing behind each other as they entered into the site.
And playing their own game, playing that joint setup, again, forward planning with those ults. That's maybe what that momentary pause was for. Not them second-guessing themselves, but making sure they had that site plan exec timed ready to go. And I will say, again, felt like some of the refrag positions, maybe from Noya, again, from Lydia and Dodo, were a bit delayed as well. Labor divided and therefore conquered. So all in all, woof, that's the run we wanted to see. And we're looking for continuity, though. Still to die, this uptick of ults for SRG. And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Head back towards the A space. And sends Oriental on in.
Scary Shark messing with B. Okay. It seems like the extremity kills are something they can catch on SRG.
Very strong.
They want to peek. They want to find a little bit of info, and it's been punished a lot of times, and now they still got to worry about Noya, though, finding timings around the map.
Crazy walk down.
That'll always stop your play from happening the way you want. As they get into A site, though, this plant is going to go down, so this is now we get to see the post plant here from WOOF.
And it's going to be the retake off the Seekers, though. Donut got resurrected because of that Noya forward clearance. And Noya just, again, a hard read on the situation, knew no one was in mid that round because of how fast they scaled on to A. But Seekers come out, means the Viper's Pit is traded off here, forcing Claws, and we'll see why she wasn't lurking as the late round divulges.
Ooh, stepping in and out of that pit is going to be super dangerous, and SRG starts to punish for it. Alexis on 3. 3 getting into the site, rather. Incredible stuff. Get this one down. Easy to bring the res back online. I know they're going to give it to Pit. Oh, yeah, because Noya's got it on 1. Just maximizing everything here for Shopify Rebellion Gold as they take another round in the first half.
Again, you take like a screenshot of like the util that was in line for SRG and the positions that Puppy Thieves are in, and you're like, how do you lose this? Right? There was no info util to get back into that dog already invested, right? Only the singular flash, and just think a bit too many of these players playing outside the pit there. The timing, the trades finally go SRG's way, and Obviously, it's hard to factor in Alexis just going nuclear on the 90-degree transfer there as well.
Yeah.
Fighting solo out of screens, by the way, contacting into the Viper's pit. So, Alana and SRG have numbers secured for the half, and again, with confidence behind them, it's no surprise they wanted to go for the the B main fight. But I will say this is already a change from the last time they played this map. Really didn't get to see Puppy Thieves win those B main fights head on, and SRG actually respect it, back out. They know they can anchor here.
My ult's ready.
Nice fight for the orb. There's gotta be a win condition here for Puppy Thieves. You have that low buy to still work with. These rounds have to be taken ultimate, or uber seriously, you should say. Because they are going to head back to the right side. Now, this time it hasn't been cleaned by St. Claus. They have been working well together as a team. So it's got to be power in numbers here for Puppy Thieves.
And it's so interesting. The one round they actually fall back into St. Claus is where they're just going to go for a direct entry anyways before the opener went in her favor. That's because Oriental will front the build this time around. Primary entry to shut down ramps. The Satchelin is good for a timing to be unexpected, maybe perhaps for SRG, who's contact resailing back into this space.
A really nice tell from the Seekers, too. They started heading towards Vent, so Puppy Thieves know it's only a matter of seconds before the rest of SRG get there and get taken down. Oh my gosh. In the blink of an eye by WOOF's angle set up there for Heaven. It is going to force Sarah to turn around and have a save on this Phantom for the round. Some very much needed final rounds here in the first half for Puppy Thieves.
Yeah, Alexis should be able to buy 2. Sarah might be able to run Phil for 1 more. No way they can buy. They'll be able to cap off the half still with a decent buy in the next. But yeah, that round's so funny to me, Rivington, because it's like, if I was looking on the comms, there would be so much bickering in like a funny way for Puppy Thieves, because it's like Zorianto's waiting, like very prim proper from ER to flash to Heaven for that swing, and Scary Short Nora's just like, I got it, swings, ramps out, and gets both of them before she can play the clean patient game. And again, that's the difference between good Valorant and winning Valorant, I guess, statistically speaking. She's positive now, and Nora's saying, I need the kills more, guys, don't even worry. And that's what I mentioned, right? Zoriental, it feels like, is, to me, right, does her job, but isn't flashy about it, right? And that's kind of what we're seeing this half, and how they've, again, once we're getting to this finish line, had that opportunity to make it a respectable half. I think for me, I started thinking a respectable half when it's 7-5, not an 8-4. So, and this is where we were sitting at Breeze as well, Rivington. It was a side swap that made it super one-sided, so let's see what Puppy Thieves can do.
Yeah, the Oriental kills. It feels like they need to get these, and are the ones that come through. It may not be 5 in a round, but it's the ones they need to get in the situation. You're right. And here, it's helped them grab quite a few. A final round would be such a nice feeling after what SRG has really been able to do on the first half of both maps. So that confidence is going to be monumental. They've been on the ramp before and crashed in.
Yeah, they put the stage here instead of going aggro like the pace change they've done previously on Breeze. I like the elevated position as well. It might be unpredicted by the showstopper here. That's pathed all the way through Evan, pathed all the way to Satan. Still possibly going to find this kill on Lydia. Wow.
All right. Achilles heel. All right. 2 more kills. Hell is cleared out, and SRG starts to slide back into the site. They know they should be able to clear this one elbow here. Zoriental's got an itch she's got to take care of in this situation, and it's going to be tough. Very healthy members. Wait, the spin around?
30 seconds left.
Playing cat and mouse here.
Ouch.
Oh, Sarah still stays the one to peek, as it was going to be safety play by Noya here as they collect the last round of the first half. 8-4 is WOOF's momentum balked for just a round.
It's funny that, considering it was different teams winning the initial pistol, it's still the 8-4 half favorite in Shopify Rebellion and Gold, even with the side swaps for the start. So, yeah, right now looking like a very well-rounded squad, and we look towards more so Puppy Thieves winning the second round pistol. Again, preying off some of the difficulties, the trauma SRG have from that Ghost game here on Split, but this is where we said Dodonut was going to be at the forefront on this Neon pick. Show why you selected it, not just for defensive sniper rifle prowess and those stuns, but how does it help with these dives, these engagements? And Nora's gonna be the one tested about that pretty early on.
Oh, the back pedal. It's like, all right, yeah, I pushed him off the angle. That's all they really wanted. Kind of flex their muscles at B main. Dodo Nut putting a little bit of damage on a Scary Shark. I don't know if there's any audio that Noya grabbed here, but this is committal here by SRG. As they're waiting for the wall to go down. Or maybe even over? Cheeky over the wall? But probably not.
And difficult to do. And I do feel like for me, Puppy Thieves, something that stands out is what they do when Sage walls are broken, but can't really hinge on that on a pistol per se. Not the most resources to invest, but the reaction rotate timing is pretty decent, and it's just gonna be a ping pong ideally off with her, but that really allows a setup where she's just on her own, sink or swim, she's drowning. And I mean, 4v4 going into the post. Great setup for Ramp's late reclear. The only play that would disrupt it is Nora or Scary Shark, but even then, it feels like it'll be a little too late.
Never a better time for Puppy Thieves to get a pistol here in the series. This has to be perfect for the rest of the time. Almost a double classic kill from Scary Shark. Rams activates the screen players, and SRG are just looking in the right direction. 20 HP in a dream here for St. Claus to try and clean up the last members. SRG waiting patiently as Noya gets that first swing, gets the kill. Another pistol for SRG as they close in on a win in 2 maps. WOOF have to really pull out of the stops here.
A great try there for sure on that retake. But again, you have a Neon still sailing at you with a ghost, still hitting that criminal headshot off the slide, and
what are you gonna
just feel kind of hopeless. Exactly. So, all in all, 5 for SRG looks strong. Looks like it has some conversion potential following this round, and SRG, again, when they're up this far, I think it just gives Alexis so much breathing room that she can be that individual fragger, that she can simplify the calling a lot, because they have that threshold, that wiggle room to be like, okay, if things are going wrong, I can correct it, but for now, let's just play our own game, and in their own game.
Bring up a great point, because fragging IGL title, honestly, like, she fit right into it, Alexis did. It's kind of crazy to see that kind of result so quickly.
And it's crazy that that result is after the entire year of work she put in last year to improve her mechanics, because she wasn't that player before. Again, she was the fort, she was the vibes, and now she is transformed. And I mean, while Noya takes the kick on that trade, kind of for now, it's, yeah, I was gonna say it feels like
Slow down, Alexis.
Yeah, we just pointed you out, bro. Give us a little bit to breathe.
Oh,
but it's so
4K
funny.
on that.
Like, really grim, because we point out, we're like, okay, Alexis fragging IGL 4K, but then on the flip side, right, for Puppy Thieves, I feel like they come so close, right? We're like, maybe for some of these ecos, and then it's just immediate SRG, like, no.
It's just an answer, adaptation, every time figuring out what Puppy Thieves is trying to do here. So we may get a pause, a team pause, a tech pause. We'll see.
Yeah, we have an update, Rivington.
But a bit of a moment. Okay.
Maybe why they were so brazenly running it down and re-engaging on each other in mid-space is because we had a pre-round tech call for a DC or some sort of issue, and as a result, we actually had to re-roll that round. So I don't think it necessarily like hurts SRG. It always like is a pain when like you got a really good call and like a deserted site, right? And then they know what site you were planning on going to, but I think that's where SRG and these slow starts benefit them, is like they are so default intensive that's not really going to change how the round started out in my mind. And even then, it felt like the initial plan for Puppy Thieves wasn't to scale down mid. That's after the tech call. Like the re-roll was probably confirmed, right? That they decided like, okay, let's run it down and just see what happens. So
I knew it was only going to be 1 kill. Shouldn't have been 4. No.
And maybe that makes sense why someone was rammed with a knife out too. I think that was who was that, Nora?
Rolling around. We'll get that figured out. But it is a time here to kind of figure out, because it's not much talking going on, but just play your reset, understanding, kind of think about your plays, what's been happening, how you're getting peaked, and what they're doing to peak. Because I think you said before, the pressure that they're able to create and the peaks they're able to create just feel like they have so much confidence behind them, which makes you as an opponent almost like second guess. You need more util to advance there. You need another piece in place before that fight can go your way, it seems. It's just, they're making it so tough, SRGR.
Well, here we are. We mentioned the round gets re-rolled. And
roll it back.
Yeah, that will make the UI a little silly, but maybe it's just foreshadowing the future that's to come, Rivington. For SRG, considering, again, it's the same buy, it's the same gun advantage. It's the same look, again, from SRG. B start, the gamble stack actually the same as well for Puppy Thieves here towards A, so this is like the good side of a reroll where it's like nothing is going to change, really, it feels like.
This orb grab, get that res back online. Team never die. I should say comp never die. Both are running it. And they just wait that timeout again. Try and play the slow pressure to source out all of Puppy Thieves' information to make sure this isn't some shorty or sheriff waiting behind the corner.
Alright.
Okay.
How are we pivoting into the gamble stack? All right, Alexis, check the call. We're good. All right, yeah. She says, guys, wait a minute. I might have called wrong. Get back to me ASAP. Okay, guys. Forehead play, and I think Alexis will appreciate one of them. She intentionally called them away so she could try and get all the rotation kills and set herself up to further frag on this round.
Super smart about the map movement too. Everybody walks through the spawn until you see Noya get to mid, verify nobody can hear any running, and then they all just book it. Shoes laced to go coast to coast there. So really playing around the fact that Puppy Thieves could have gotten a lot of map pressure there, but now they know it is freedom in B for quite a while, and Noya's going to be able to call everything along the way. Uh-oh. It's a conga line. Oh, St. Claus. The Vipers always know.
Yeah, St. Claus always knows. That's why I mentioned, like, the first time I saw her, right? Because she just feels like a breath of fresh air in the space since we haven't had a new talent prospect like her. Is that she had that brain behind it because she's been competing for so long. It wasn't just the aim like other newer GC names have, and that's something you can't necessarily teach sometimes, or it takes a while to ingrain in somebody. So
yeah.
For now, though, it cannot really save them from the outcome that is just dying to spike, preventing a few more orbs from going SRG's way. But again, as kind of promised, when the reroll comes through, second round buy usually goes way of the head tier weaponry team, and SRG likewise will repetitively get up to double digits.
It's the die and buy strategy. Quick and easy. Don't have to worry about too much. Especially given alt points over. Hello.
Peekaboo.
Yeah. They set up now. Looks like a little bit of mid pressure from SRG. They'll still have the bit of extremity from Noya to make sure there's noise gathered. And what else can happen on that side? But this is the pushback now. This is the crucial round for Puppy Thieves here. They are looking at 3 rounds away from being eliminated in Game Changers. So that comeback has to start now.
Well, for now, and I like how safe it is. They're playing things. Nora's been doing a good job holding her own, and now she has to withstand a full-scale exec, right? Timing already there, isolated on Pillar. She's trying to isolate around this low, and she gets the little 1v2, but the spray doesn't connect, and numbers are further expounded upon, it feels like, for SRG.
Tough to get caught in sight like that. Almost a situation where playing lives is going to be good for Puppy Thieves, but they're so quickly acted upon here with SRG's strats and not backpedal fast enough. Still 2-2. They're going to take it back with a little bit of waterfall into the side here. The biggest clear is going to be on that B main play, though. Lydia can stay there forever.
And they're going to wait probably for the stage wall to drop, but that's going to make just little room for error in the time department. And Dodo has a bait angle, right, to play from. The refrags have to follow, or she can get ahead of timing altogether. SRG and Sarah does the same too. No satchels out, no reswings, no refrags. It is going to be seamless into a third round conversion, and just like Breeze, they snuff out any real hope of stability for Puppy Thieves. This is just a heartbreak of a way it feels like to go out. You thought you had good foundation on this map. It was a 13-10 in the Swiss stage against this team, and they're looking forward to this matchup, it being a culmination of all they've learned this stage. And to me, it feels like this is not a strong showing of what we know this team is capable of. This, to me, was a dark horse to lower bracket run team, Rivington, on this event. And I think Ghost has now replaced them, has upset them in that pedestal. And I think, yeah, we're pretty much on track for that rematch in the next round of the lowers between SRG and Ghost. But Puppy Thieves, let's see what fight they have left. Our little hearts. And again, SRG, same start. Strong B, deny any sort of early presence, early control. See what Noya's able to do, what info she's able to gather A side, and Okay. Hear me out, Riv. I'm calling this way too early. Can we get an Avengers moment for SRG over this wall? I already talked about it.
Saying.
The Neon can't get past the wall, but if you all wall up at the same time, I mean, come on, Sarah, please. Alexis, please. No, they just break it. No fun.
They waited last time. So, sometimes you just gotta roll the dice, right? For the viewers that get into sight safe. Just a little bit of damage onto Noya. Nobody's really gonna worry about. Look at these Guardians on the other side. The Avengers on one, Guardians of the Galaxy on the other. Who's gonna be getting this round? Trying to push in through screen. They get the wall broken, and now I think SRG knows that's gonna be a bunch of long rifles. But Donut still pushes up. This is the same thing they did at B. They don't let Puppy Thieves activate. SRG comes out of the sight to make the play happen. That's just a wild way to go about it.
Hey, Rick, can you remind me of what the Neon nerfs were? Because I don't know if they're here in the room with us right about now. Like, accuracy shouldn't be here, but their name's on the attendance list for the party. Yeah, that is a flawless way to get to map points. And I mean, they're on track just to snuff this out even faster than map 1 at this point. Broken Bot, you got to force up like every round is the last, and much like Breeze, it'll require 8 in a row for Puppy Thieves to have an OT chance to push this to Haven, a map that already would be another uphill battle for them. Owing the strength of SRG on that map, and I don't know, Overdrive, Seekers, it feels like a great match made in heaven for an exec. Did she see it?
Still staying in sight, though. Even if they did, they're always playing the anchor position, which becomes so tough. And again, no chance to get out there, but St. Claus brings the chance in. A win condition here with 2 kills on the Bulldog. Scoped in and just trying to play the timing correctly around the pillar, but SRG is there too quick to back each other up.
And Sarah's activated fight, brawl mode, clutch mode on the aggro line. Oya regroups for the crunch effect. It's all down to Terror in CT for the 1v2. Tries to isolate the fight on Raptors the Guardian, but Sarah is staring her down. And even then, Alexis is set up for the refrag, the retread, and the leader closes it out. Yeah, but who else for the 13-4-2-0 victory? They don't let history get changed. They troop on forward in their lower bracket run, eliminating another team in their wake.